today just to tell the truth. So hopefully we can get down to the bottom of this. I'm 100%, the charges against me are 100% false, and hopefully due to time, we'll stop.
Not done. This investigation is ongoing, and I encourage anyone with information about this case to come.
Buckle up, because we're about to dive headfirst into the wildest celebrity scandal of the year. Maybe ever. Diddy, the hip-hop titan, the mogul, the man who seemed untouchable. Well, he's suddenly facing a legal hurricane the likes of which we've never seen. And get this, his own lawyer just bailed on him. Yeah, you heard that right. We're talking about a high-powered attorney, a legal shark who seemingly decided that even he couldn't navigate this mess. So, what's going on? What explosive secrets are about to come to light? Let's unpack this bombshell.
Diddy would be throwing all his celebrity mates under the bus.
I mean, that could potentially be coming when it's time for court and when it's time for him to testify. But what we're seeing right now is how important public relations really are to Sean Combs. He's desperately trying to control the narrative behind bars, allowing his attorneys to do documentaries.
First things first, the clock is ticking. Both sides in Diddy's case have until today to explain exactly how the music maestro has been communicating from behind bars. Why? Because a key witness just spilled the tea to a federal grand jury. This isn't just any witness. This guy claims to have a mountain of digital evidence from Diddy's infamous freak-offs and parties, the kind of stuff that could send shockwaves through the industry. We're talking videos, images, the whole shebang. And let us tell you, the stuff that's already leaked is enough to make your jaw drop.
Where pop star Aaron Carter has died at the age of 34.
Yeah, the troubled performer grew up in the limelight, but he was in and out of rehab several times.
The bail appeal to Judge Carter didn't go Diddy's way either. His legal nightmare has gone from bad to worse. And trust us, the tea is piping hot in a truly jaw-dropping twist. Diddy's own lawyer, the guy who'd been fighting tooth and nail for him for months, has thrown in the towel. He reportedly lost faith in both the case and, more importantly, in Diddy himself. That's a huge deal. This isn't some rookie lawyer. This is a seasoned pro who's handled cases that would make your head spin. For him to walk away suggests something truly monumental is going down. The judge himself said, why is that not a fair outcome? What he did here is on a magnitude unlike anybody else you could imagine.
What his team is trying to do is get the public to assume that the government is leaking some of this negative information about him, like that Cassie video. But the reality is he's got a lot of enemies, and I really don't believe it's.
And the drama doesn't stop there. On October 23rd, a prison call recording leaked online, sending the internet into a frenzy. In it, a voice allegedly belonging to Diddy is heard giving his son some interesting advice. Do not entertain none of this nonsense and nothing over the phone, Diddy supposedly said. I'm gonna need you to get rid of the leftover pizza boxes. All the boxes left over for the pizza, Diddy asks. All the boxes. Okay, his son replied. Now, whether or not this was a genuine attempt to destroy evidence or just a fatherly chat gone wrong is up for debate. But one thing's for sure, it didn't exactly help Diddy's case.
In her civil lawsuit, Cassie said that she was the victim of abuse, assault, and at the hands of Diddy.
The floodgates have opened, evidence is pouring out, and more people are coming forward with their stories. The accuser's lawyer is practically brimming with confidence, boldly claiming that Diddy's chances of avoiding a lengthy prison sentence are practically non-existent. But I have all the confidence in the world and the federal court and the state of New York that they will remain keeping Diddy under no bond and that all of the victims in this case will be able to proceed, the lawyer stated. So, what exactly has these legal eagles so convinced of Diddy's impending downfall? And why did his own lawyer jump ship before the trial even began? Let's delve into the chaos because the leaked evidence is piling up faster than we can keep track of. Let's start with the basics, the stuff we all need to know. The prosecutor himself laid it all out. During those searches, agents see evidence of the crimes charged in this indictment. They seize firearms and ammunition, including 3 defaced AR-15s and a large-capacity drum magazine. They also seized evidence of the freak-offs, electronic devices that contain images and videos of the freak-offs with multiple victims. That's a mountain of incriminating evidence right there. And it's not just the physical evidence, it's the sheer volume of testimonies, the sheer number of accusers, all painting a disturbing picture.
Those individuals allegedly included high-ranking supervisors in the business, personal assistants, security staff, and household staff.
But the story takes a far darker turn when we consider the disturbing number of untimely passings in the music industry and the whispers linking Diddy to some of the most shocking events. This might explain why Diddy's own lawyer decided to cut and run. When the accusations pile up this high, and when the claims start linking Diddy to events that have sent shockwaves through the industry, even the most seasoned legal minds might realize there's no easy way out of this web of allegations. Enter Courtney Burgess, a former associate of Diddy's late ex-girlfriend, Kim Porter. Burgess dropped a bombshell that could change everything. He claims to have received flash drives containing explosive material, evidence that could be the game changer the prosecution's been waiting for. According to Burgess, these flash drives contained the completed manuscript of a book that Kim Porter promised would go public if anything ever happened to her. This wasn't just notes or unfinished drafts. Burgess claims it's the full 54 pages of Kim's work, and it starts with a chilling message. The book starts with Kim's promise that if something were to happen to her, she wanted this book to be shared with the world. Burgess is delivering on that promise, and he claims that Diddy knew it was coming.
Right. Well, Kim Porter, that is Diddy's ex, who's also the mother of his 3 of his children,
Right.
has detailed the alleged abuse that she suffered at his hands.
Oh, no.
And this is all in a memoir.
For months, truly disturbing claims about the contents of Kim Porter's manuscript have been circulating. Had these revelations come to light the day Kim passed away in November 2018, we might have learned the chilling details of what Diddy had been up to for decades. One of the most shocking claims in Kim's manuscript is that Diddy allegedly struck her with a chair so forcefully that she ended up in the hospital, fearing for her life. While she was hospitalized, Diddy allegedly paid off the entire staff to keep quiet about the incident. And if you think that's bad, Kim also claims that during a yacht trip, Diddy's rage escalated to the point where he broke her nose, requiring emergency medical attention. The alleged abuse didn't stop there. Kim reportedly described how Diddy controlled every aspect of her life, allegedly wiring her home, tapping her phone, and hiring people to spy on her.
Person that really put their hands on women really is men who have feminine traits. So, it really takes a coward to put his hands on a woman. So, a man is so strong enough, we can just walk away. You can do, it's so many different things that you can do other than get upset, put your hands on a woman. But that comes from a man who's not quite a grown man.
Things allegedly took a darker turn when Diddy sought full custody of their children. Feeling cornered, Kim supposedly threatened to expose everything, especially Diddy's deepest, darkest secrets, those questionable freak-offs. The manuscript also reportedly detailed Diddy's manipulative behavior, allegedly forcing Kim into degrading situations and controlling her to the point of emotional devastation. We got a glimpse of this when Cassie filed her own lawsuit against Diddy, revealing years of mistreatment during their 11-year relationship. And it's not hard to believe Kim was the first to experience it.
It was all, insecurities. Anytime a man would go out his way to wiretap someone's phone or put taps in their homes just to monitor their conversation, that's a sign of insanity. So when you see someone doing that, you can imagine everything else they do.
But the most chilling claim of all, Kim allegedly suggested that Diddy was somehow involved in the tragic passings of Shakur and the notorious B.I.G. She hinted that he orchestrated events to maintain control over their legacies, making this whole situation even more twisted than anyone could have imagined. This explosive revelation gained major traction when retired LAPD Detective Greg Kading, the mastermind behind some of the most crucial investigations in hip-hop history, stepped forward. Known for his role in investigating the passings of Shakur and the notorious B.I.G., Kading pulled back the curtain on the tumultuous music scene of the 1990s, offering an unfiltered account of the conflicts that ultimately shaped the genre.
So he put his hands on females, put his hands on producers, executives. That's just his. I guess that's what the whole name Bad Boy comes from. That people don't really understand. What is it? What is a bad boy? Why did he choose that name? He never really gave a clear definition of how he feels about that name. Not yet.
In a jaw-dropping interview, Kading revealed how Diddy may have been at the heart of the shady deals and covert betrayals that fueled the war of that era. Kading's investigation into the events surrounding Shakur's passing took a dark turn when he claimed that Diddy might have been the one to order the hit on Shakur. You're going to need people that said, I was there when a financial transaction took place, and it was very clear what that money was for. I was there when the agreement was made. I spoke with Puff about it, and he told me that he hired these guys. Even Jaguar Wright has something to say about all of this. Shakur was the threat, which is why they got rid of him first. She also claimed that Diddy had access to substances that could trigger pneumonia and heart attack symptoms, potentially connecting him to several mysterious passings in the music industry. She had been poisoned. They have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms.
That's the whole truth on the Tupac thing. You know what I'm saying?
And just to make things even spicier, she says she has the receipts, evidence that could shake up the whole narrative. This isn't so far-fetched when you consider it. Kim was one of the first to experience the darker side of Diddy's control. Officially, her passing in 2018 was attributed to pneumonia, but right from the start, there were questions. The initial coroner's report hinted at foul play with toxins found in her body that could mimic pneumonia symptoms. Rumors started circulating about blood on her pillow and a suspicious trail from her bedroom to the bathroom, painting a much more sinister picture.
She hadn't seen him all day Friday and then decided she always gave him coffee in the morning, made coffee for him. So she went to his door, his bedroom door, and knocked on it, and then heard the dog in an extremely agitated state inside Aaron's bedroom. And that's when she decided she would open the door, and she discovered him. But it looks, Brad, like he had been for some time.
What made it even more chilling was the timeline. Kim reportedly made a 911 call at 2:43 a.m., but help didn't arrive until hours later. When Quincy Lee Simmons found her around 11 a.m., that delay raised major red flags. Kim's family has been suspicious from the start. They've allegedly spoken with the FBI about pursuing a wrongful passing lawsuit against Diddy, but investigators have reportedly urged them to stay silent to avoid compromising the case. Another instance we need to consider is none other than Kim Porter's ex, Albishir. He reportedly faced a horrific ordeal, landing in a coma for 2 months. While he hasn't publicly disclosed the full story, reports hint that he was working on a tell-all book detailing the same freak-off lifestyle we're now learning more about.
Hey, real quickly, all that commissary stuff, he's not getting any of that because people in the SHU have an abbreviated list. So he's out of luck. No stake for him. Yeah, he is on watch. This guy thought he would have went home. All of a sudden, he didn't get bond. Remember, the first night that he was there.
As mentioned, Albishir's situation has an eerie resemblance to that of Andre Harrell, another key figure in the music industry. Andre was reportedly working on a manuscript that aimed to expose the industry's darkest secrets, including how powerful figures allegedly use manipulation to control and silence others. He was also set to reveal how Diddy, with Clive Davis's help, replaced him as an industry heavyweight. Tragically, before he could disclose these revelations, Andre was discovered deceased.
And I understand that he has a shrink coming by his cell to see him several times a day. And now there's talk about putting him in, it's like a bubble. It's like a cell that has like a plexiglass wall in it where they have inmates watching you. That's actually their job, to keep an eye on the inmates that are on watch.
And let's not forget Jamie Foxx. His name has been added to this grim list of connections. Jamie had a famously close friendship with Diddy, so close that Diddy let him record some of the freak show activities. However, last year, Jamie experienced a mysterious health scare after reportedly sharing disturbing details about events tied to Diddy falling into a coma. His story seems to follow the same troubling pattern of those who got too close to the truth. Last month, Choke No Joke dropped a bombshell during an interview with Comedy Hype. He shared his firsthand account of attending 2 of Jamie Foxx's shows in Atlanta and revealed some jaw-dropping details. According to Choke, during the tapings, Jamie directly stated that Diddy was responsible for what happened to him. But wait, there's more. In another jaw-dropping twist, celebrity security guard Big Homie CeCe took things even further, echoing the earlier revelations by Choke No Joke. Big Homie also claimed that Jamie directly accused Diddy of poisoning him. The security guard even added that Jamie reported these chilling suspicions to the FBI.
The only man currently facing charges in the case, Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, claims that Sean Combs, also known as Diddy, paid for a hit on Tupac.
It's becoming harder to dismiss the possibility that Diddy might be tied to some of the industry's most suspicious passings. According to the feds, they might even be gearing up to include these allegations in their growing case. Looking back, there's a haunting pattern. Many celebrities tied to Diddy have met untimely ends through drowning, poisoning, or mysterious illnesses like pneumonia. Take Aaron Carter, for instance, a name that's now being whispered in this dark narrative. Known for his turbulent life and substance struggles, Aaron had ties to Diddy early in his career. Some speculate that Aaron might have been one of Diddy's first victims. Chillingly, just before his passing, Aaron made cryptic claims suggesting someone was after him. Many now wonder if those ominous warnings pointed directly to Diddy.
Right now, Davis is fighting for bail ahead of his murder trial, which he has pleaded not.
Interestingly, the list of celebrities who mysteriously passed away from drowning, often reportedly linked to overdoses, is longer than you might think. Whitney Houston and her daughter Bobby Christina are among the most high-profile cases. Then there's Matthew Perry, who tragically passed away in his hot tub, and Stephen Twitchboss, whose passing in a hotel also raised eyebrows.
It has taken countless hours, really decades, of work by the men and women of our homicide section.
Another story that's definitely worth revisiting is that of Biggie Smalls, or the notorious B.I.G. Nearly 3 decades after his tragic passing, many still question if Diddy played a role in Biggie's passing. The speculation has raised concerns about Diddy's possible involvement in the aftermath, including efforts to hide crucial evidence. Biggie Smalls, born Christopher Wallace, was tragically taken from the world in March 1997 in Los Angeles, just months after Shaker's passing in 1996. Both rappers still hold a special place in the hearts of fans, and their untimely passings continue to be deeply felt. Fast forward to the investigations into their passings, and things take a twist with a link to Diddy. In 2009, Greg Kading, the former LAPD detective investigating Biggie's demise, interviewed Keffe D, the same man who was with the shooter the night Shakur perished. Oh, and Keffe D is also the one who claimed Diddy was behind the hit on Shaker. Diddy, is part of it. Diddy paid $1 million United States dollars. I think it just makes for a good story.
Named Diddy 77 times in court documents related to Tupac's.
New court discoveries in the Shaker passing case. New court documents show that Dwayne Keffe D. Davis accused hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs of paying $1 million United States dollars for the passing of the rap icon Shaker. As Kading dug into Biggie's case, he made a shocking discovery. Keffe D was at a party Biggie had attended just hours before he was shot. This raised suspicions that Keffe D might know more about the crime than he let on. The plot thickened when Valletta Wallace, Biggie's mother, filed a $500 million United States dollars lawsuit against the LAPD, accusing them of hiding the truth about her son's passing. This legal move prompted the reopening of the investigation in 2006, with Greg Kading back on the case, and that's when things got even juicier. Kading uncovered a wealth of new evidence that could finally uncover the dark truth behind Biggie's passing. Now, since Greg Kading had retired from the LAPD, he could only share what he knew with the feds. He spilled the tea on Diddy, revealing how the mogul was allegedly profiting off Biggie, and even hinted that Biggie was planning to leave Bad Boy Records just weeks before his untimely passing. Even Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, revealed the same shocking details. Deal got a rare look at Biggie's contact when he was tasked with holding Diddy's briefcase during a flight. What he saw was eye-opening. Biggie was making $250,000 United States dollars per installment, while Diddy kept control of the publishing rights, Deal revealed.
A U.S. judge has ruled that the rapper and producer Sean Diddy Combs will stand trial on federal trafficking and racketeering charges in May. He'll be held in prison until then. Sean Combs has pleaded not guilty to charges that he used his business empire to transport women and male workers across state lines to take part in recorded performances. If convicted, he could face a life sentence.
This financial disparity, combined with the suggestion that Biggie was preparing to sever ties with Bad Boy Records, paints a picture of a potentially exploitative relationship. The implication is that Diddy's alleged actions weren't simply about maintaining control over his artists. They were about maximizing his own profits, even at the expense of his most successful protege. This financial motive adds another layer of complexity to the already disturbing allegations, suggesting a pattern of manipulation and greed that extended beyond the alleged physical and emotional abuse.
This case, this is a case that it's going to take some nuance, that's for sure.
This isn't just about money, though. The whispers surrounding Biggie's passing and the alleged involvement of Diddy are deeply intertwined with the larger East Coast, West Coast rivalry. The intense competition, fueled by ego, ambition, and gang affiliations, created a volatile environment where violence was a real possibility. The suggestion that Diddy profited from Biggie's success and potentially orchestrated his passing to prevent him from leaving Bad Boy Records casts a dark shadow on Diddy's legacy and raises serious questions about the true nature of his business dealings. The timing of these revelations, coming as they do amidst the ongoing trafficking investigation, suggests a pattern of behavior that has gone unchecked for far too long. The sheer scale of the allegations, coupled with the mounting evidence, is staggering. The sheer weight of evidence against Diddy is undeniable. The leaked prison call, the lawyer's withdrawal, the physical evidence seized from his properties, and the testimonies of numerous individuals all point towards a disturbing pattern of behavior. It's not just about the alleged freak-offs and the associated accusations. It's about a potential history of violence, intimidation, and manipulation that has allegedly spanned decades and claimed multiple victims. The narrative now extends beyond the immediate charges, encompassing a web of alleged crimes and suspicious passings, all connected by a common thread, Sean Diddy Combs. The coming trial promises to be one of the most closely watched and potentially explosive events in recent legal history.
It's a question of that, but when you read through the indictment, it's pretty clear who could be indicted as a co-conspirator. Right now, there are people in the indictment who would be considered unnamed co-conspirators, but clearly have played a role in this conspiracy. And I think prosecutors have some big leverage on them because they're hoping that they testify against Diddy as prosecution witnesses.
So Diddy's in a world of trouble. His lawyers jumped ship, a leaked prison call suggests evidence tampering, and the prosecution's brimming with confidence, citing mountains of evidence from seized electronic devices and freak-off supplies found in Diddy's homes, The prosecutor himself detailed the incriminating materials, including firearms, ammunition, and countless bottles of baby oil, all allegedly used to stage elaborate parties. This isn't just about illicit gatherings. Explosive claims link Diddy to a string of suspicious passings in the music industry, including those of Kim Porter, whose unpublished manuscript reportedly details years of abuse and Diddy's alleged involvement in the demises of Shakur and Biggie. The manuscript's release, along with testimonies from figures like retired LAPD Detective Greg Kading, paints a chilling picture of alleged manipulation and violence.
There's also strategic reasons for the prosecutors to want him to have co-defendants, because right now he hasn't waived his right to a speedy trial, which would force prosecutors to take him to trial pretty quick, which they actually might not be ready to do. But if they supersede him and have co-defendants with him, it makes it a lot easier to pursue a trial continuance without him waiving his speedy trial right.
So, this unfolding saga is far from over. Will more high-profile names be implicated? Will the full extent of Diddy's alleged actions ever truly be revealed? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching.